I don't want some picture perfect man who's never screwed up. Give me the one who's made a mess of things. The one who's been dragged through the dirt, called names and counted out, but still got up anyways. Yeah, him. That's the one I want. Because a man who's lived through his own chaos.
Have you noticed something strange happening in the dating world lately? Women who used to have men lining up around the block are suddenly finding themselves shocked when even the nicest guys are walking away without looking back. What's going on here? The landscape has completely shifted, and many women are waking up to a reality they never saw coming. Men who traditionally would have bent over backwards for female attention are now choosing solitude over drama, peace over chaos, and self-respect over being someone's second choice. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening out there. For decades, men have been conditioned to believe that their primary purpose was to serve, provide, and sacrifice for women. They bought into the idea that being a good man meant accepting whatever treatment came their way, staying in the friend zone indefinitely, and always being available as an emotional support system or backup plan.
If I can truly be honest with you, it's truly frustrating, for real. It actually makes me mad over and over again when I think about it, as I continuously hear you, when you claim to love me, when you claim to care for me, but then every time I come to you.
But something fundamental has changed. Men are discovering self-control and realizing it's the foundation of genuine self-esteem. When a man practices true self-discipline, he becomes unshakable. No friend can pressure him into drinking if he doesn't want to. No woman can manipulate him into spending money he doesn't want to spend. He becomes emotionally independent, and that independence is incredibly attractive. Studies consistently show that men are actually happier than women overall. Women score higher in neuroticism, experiencing more negative emotions like anxiety, irritability, and depression. This isn't about putting anyone down. It's about understanding brain chemistry and hormonal differences. Men tend to engage in active problem-solving when stressed, while women are more likely to ruminate and worry. Here's where it gets interesting. Men are realizing they don't need to put women on pedestals anymore. The old social contract where men provided everything and women brought beauty and companionship has been completely rewritten by modern feminism.
If you don't leave your past in the past, it will destroy your future. Live for what today has to offer, not what yesterday has taken.
Women declared they didn't need men. They could do everything themselves, and they wanted to be strong and independent. Many men initially fought against this change, but now they're embracing it wholeheartedly. If women don't need men, then men are free to focus entirely on themselves. They're investing in hobbies, building businesses, hitting the gym, traveling, and discovering that single life can be incredibly fulfilling. The irony is palpable. Women spent years rejecting traditional relationship dynamics, and now many are discovering they actually do want someone to take care of them. They're realizing that being independent all the time is exhausting. They want to cook dinner, do laundry, contribute to a household, and care for children. But by the time they reach this realization, many good men have already moved on. The sexual marketplace has also shifted dramatically. Women's primary advantage has always been youth and beauty, but that advantage has an expiration date. Meanwhile, men can build their value over time through career success, financial stability, and personal development.
You pushed me to a point where I had to mentally let you go, even though I didn't want to. And once I reached that point, there's no going back. It wasn't something that happened overnight. It was the little things. The way I kept showing up, and you didn't. The way I kept talking, and you didn't listen. The way I tried to make it work, but you kept making excuses.
A woman who spends her 20s focused on casual relationships and career climbing might find herself struggling to attract quality men in her 30s. This creates what experts call the wall, the point where women's options begin rapidly declining while men's options are potentially expanding. It's brutal, but it's reality. Women's eggs have an expiration date, but men can potentially start families well into their 40s and beyond. Men are also becoming much better at recognizing red flags and manipulation tactics. They're learning to spot women who've relied entirely on their looks without developing personality or character. They're avoiding women with high body counts, excessive debt, or unrealistic expectations.
Forgiveness does not require reconnection, so you can forgive somebody and not want them to be in your life anymore. And I'm a firm believer of that. Like, I used to be the type of person who will forgive you and let you back in my life.
They're walking away from anyone who treats them as an option rather than a priority. The friend zone phenomenon has completely changed too. Modern men understand that if a woman isn't romantically interested, there's no point in sticking around hoping she'll change her mind. They're not becoming emotional tampons or free therapists. If there's no mutual romantic interest, they're moving on immediately. Women are discovering that the power they thought they had is evaporating quickly. The ability to keep men orbiting around them, providing attention and validation while giving nothing in return, only works on men with low self-esteem. As men develop stronger boundaries and self-respect, these manipulation tactics become completely ineffective. The modern dating apps have also changed everything. Men can see exactly how many options women have, and women can see how disposable they've made men feel. The illusion of scarcity has been shattered on both sides. What's particularly shocking to many women is that even genuinely good men, the ones who would have made excellent husbands and fathers, are walking away. These aren't bitter misogynists or players.
Don't chase, I replace. Truly, I love that saying. I don't chase, I replace. I don't lack, I just transition. If somebody gets up and walks out of your life, whether it's a friend or a relationship, then they're doing you a massive favor.
These are quality men who've simply decided that modern dating culture isn't worth the hassle. They're choosing video games over drama. They're choosing gym sessions over arguments. They're choosing financial independence over being someone's ATM. They're choosing peace over the constant emotional roller coaster that many modern relationships have become. The men who are thriving in this new environment are those who've learned to be comfortable alone. They've discovered that happiness comes from within, not from female validation. They've built lives they genuinely enjoy, with or without a partner. For women who are suddenly finding themselves on the receiving end of rejection, this new reality is jarring. They're used to being the ones doing the choosing, not being chosen or rejected. But men have learned that their time and energy are valuable resources that shouldn't be wasted on people who don't appreciate them.
A grown woman will isolate herself to protect her peace. It's nothing personal.
The solution isn't complicated, but it requires genuine change. Women who want quality men need to become quality women. That means developing actual skills, hobbies, and interests beyond social media and shopping. It means learning to add genuine value to a man's life rather than just expecting him to improve hers. It means understanding that modern men have options too, and they're becoming increasingly selective about how they spend their time and resources. The days of men being grateful for any female attention are rapidly ending. This shift represents one of the most significant changes in dating culture in generations, and we're only beginning to see its full impact.